Howdy YouTube. It's been a little while. I've been doing everything else as everyone else has been doing. Working. Paying bills. So I've got a few things on the agenda. Pulling a motor out of a 4.7 was the fun part yesterday. And so now I'm over here just playing, I guess. Doing some porting and polishing on some LS cylinder heads that will be going on my engine in the near future. That's obviously not a Dodge, it's obviously my Chevy 2500. But I like to learn things. I like to know how things work. So yeah, let's say I'm actually getting the hang of it. I am by no means a porter or a polisher, head work guy of any time. I am amateur at best, but I figure I'd at least show a few tips that I learned already. A buddy of mine, he does a lot of cylinder heads and so on, so he showed me a few things. Figured I'd show it back to y'all. Now, I'm not done. This is the first runabout. Focus. There we go. So, that's what you start off as first. And you're wondering, why am I touching some nasty ass cylinder heads? They look that bad. And that's the reason why I'm out there. And if that's not better design for you, if you don't know what that means, then I'll show you. Focus, there we go. Yep. Got some cathedral port heads on the engine now, but that's on a 6.0. So these nice little square ports, ls3 rectangular ports, should I say, will be going on this soon. And like I said, they are dirty. Each one of them, I did a little bit on that one, not much. I'm getting there. So, figure I'll show a few things, okay? Give me a moment. Give me get situated. One-handed is not fun. Gotta do safety first. Don't want nothing in the eyeball. Alright, so it is gonna get a little loud. So I'm gonna do a little on the exhaust port. And you wanna come in here and open up the bow a little bit. Stay away from the edge. It's a no-no. Come in here. Grind a little off here. A little off there. Get down here. You want to make it nice and smooth, but there's a little lip right here. And it's grinding right there. These are parts that was in here apparently from the manufacturing process, and probably a little carbon buildup. As you can see, right here and here from the carbon buildup. So let me go ahead and do a little bit for you, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Your skill level obviously will decide on how fast you can do it, and also material you're working with. In this case, I'm working with aluminum. Cast iron will be heavier, harder. It'll just eat up the bits and your time. Speaking of bits, always have your long ones. Always have your little shorties. easier to get in and out of little small little places, really close to the edge. Long, but has a tendency of flopping around, harder to control for longer distance. Just have a variety of them. It's not really a difficult thing. Get on eBay, Amazon, they got them all day long. I got a fan over here below me, so my building keeps going that way. So I went ahead and I put my exhaust on here, my exhaust gaskets. It's always a good thing to have a set so you can port match everything. Honestly, it's only maybe a horsepower or two difference when you port match. When you do the bow work and your valve job, and you're going through and getting all those little, that's where the 15 and 20 horsepower increase. I've ran stock heads like everyone else does, and I've ran ported heads. Unless you have a stock converter and gearing and a camshaft, you're not going to do it on the stock engine. You put a set of, madly ported cylinder heads on a stock engine, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, doesn't matter. It's not going to do you any good. Yeah, you gain a few horsepower, but until you put a cam in it and some gearing in the rear end or a stock converter, you're not going to ever notice the horsepower. It's it's a domino effect. You do one, then you do another, and you do another, and so on and so on. That's where you get the 110, 120, 130 horsepower gain, is when you do the cam, the heads, the intake manifold, the headers, all at one time. Yes, you'll gain 110, 120, 130 horsepower, especially if you have a good tuner, or if you know how to tune yourself. I'm still learning how to tune. I know a couple buddies who know how to tune. They'll give me lessons. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. I mean, obviously you guys want to see what has been done. Now this is what I call the rough draft. Okay, I haven't polished anything. It is literally hit it with the burr. That's what I call it, the burr. So as you can tell, much smoother now around the edges or so. Don't worry about this. I'm not even worried about that. So, as if you've done any amount of air, I drive a semi for a living, so I've got a blower on my truck, or I use someone else's blower to blow off the product. So air does not like intermediate turn. It just does not like this 90-degree hard turn. You probably already know that. You probably watched Richard Holdner and other videos. So anything that will allow the air to flow to its destination quicker with less disturbance will always benefit you. You can hog it out, make a big ass hole, take all the material off, and just leave it just paper thin. But you're going to kill your velocity. So with the velocity, obviously, is the power too. It's one of those kind of both ways. You need velocity, but you also need flow. How much CFM? Cubic feet measured per minute. Alright, so again, small amounts go long ways. You're not gonna gain 200 horsepower of any cylinder head change, period. Regardless, you'd have to be like 7.5 to 1 compression with stock heads that flow nothing, and then bump it up to some 12.5 to 1 compression with flow beyond ls3 level. Well be even below beyond ls7. So that's just not gonna happen. Not with a stock engine. That's the thing. You can cam an engine up, doesn't matter what manufacturer it is. And if you choke it down enough with a cylinder head, then you're going to come across problems. But, what can I say? Everyone's different. I'm just trying to open up. I've already got the stuff here. Spend an hour, do the cylinder head. Tomorrow, I've already done one cylinder head, so it's ready to rock and roll and reassemble. I've got the valves out and everything else. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to be doing other stuff. I've got the ability to, might as well. But better cylinder head, better springs, better retainers. All of that just kind of goes hand in hand, right? I don't like to do half-ass stuff. Some things you have to, but I don't like to. So let's get. So remember, this is still in the first stage. So with that, that's the case. That's just. I'm not gonna get it pretty and smooth until I start doing some polishing. And that's what these little burgers come to. Get you a big bag of them. And then when you get more, you're going to get more, the cone ones. So, these little baggers you can pick up pretty much anywhere. Any, Home Depot, Lowe's, probably McCoy's. And they're good for around the little edges. But then you need to get these little boogers. As you can tell, I've already used this on a lot. And you're going to go through these. And you can take the time and peel off the edges and get more use out of them. But my time is pretty expensive. I charge. So when I work on my own stuff, obviously I can't charge my own self. I don't want to really hassle with having to pull each one of these little ones off. I'll just slap another one on it. When one day I don't have nothing else to do, nothing else to do, that's funny, I'll pull them off and I'll peel them out and make them all nice. It's like one of those days when you take all the ketchup packages you've been saving from Burger King and all that, and you fill up your container that you've had in your refrigerator for 7 years from HEB. Take too much time to do little, oh well. But let me go and show you the cylinder heads. That's the twin pair of these that's already done. Now I just wanted to show you again. It didn't take long to get stage one. And again, I'm not the best in the world. I'm just trying to prove to you it can be done. Don't be scared. Get your hands dirty and do so. Now, if by somehow or another a machine shop or a cylinder head manufacturer sees this video, I am not making fun of you guys. Don't make fun of me, okay? I am amateur at best. In fact, I might need to make that my catch slang. Amateur at best. Sounds pretty good, right? Alright, let me go and show you the other side. So, these have been went through, and they're not perfect. No, they're not. And I'll still work on them a little bit more. Little grooves. I got a theory, okay? I got a theory about the grooves, and I put them in there actually on purpose. My theory, if the damn thing will focus and stay focused, is much like a golf ball, they're not smooth. So, obviously, it's a lot smoother here. A little bump right there, smack dab in the center. I don't honestly know if I can get a lot of that out if the damn thing will focus. There we go. But I'm not going for every little sea of film. I am purely just trying to clean up a set of cylinder heads that will run nicely on my 6.0. See, it looks gouged, but it's not. But mine's not mirror. Mine's not CNC, obviously. But the last time I checked, once these cylinder heads are on the engine, no one's gonna see them. I mean, they're gonna see the outside. OOP. You got a pair of cylinder heads. They're on the engine. They're running. If you're really, really worried and you're going to car shows, you're not gonna pay attention to anything I say. You're gonna go there and buy one of the cylinder heads, a CNC ported, chances are, from like Texas Speed or AFR. My stuff ain't gonna do nothing for you. You're gonna look at me and laugh and go on. Oh well, ain't gonna hurt me any. I'm gonna take these to the machine shop close by. I'm gonna have a minimum probably about 15 thousandths. Get them around the compression of where my cylinder heads are now. I had a pair of 317 cylinder heads. Well, they was heavily worked. I mean, there was 20 thousandths milled, ported, polished, bow worked, the whole 9 yards. About 12 years ago. So, cylinder heads went a long ways. I've learned a lot. 12 years ago, I wouldn't have touched this. Just wouldn't have. It's just me. But I've learned a lot. So, I'm trying. I mean, I've got engines over there right now, ready to go into a Dodge. Just got through LS swapping my Nova. Had a 5.3. If I'd have 6.0, these were on there, but I didn't find one. So, found a Gen 4 5.3, put in it. I picked these up for like $400. Couple bad problems. I mean, you can tell right here. Broken. Okay? And the other one's got the same way. One of these got an exhaust bolt broken off into it also. Not a big deal. I'll weld it. Oh, right here. So, if you have the ability to do some things, which also does, or you're at least willing to try, you can get some of these things out of here. That I'll pull up some little welding on there, put a nut on it, weld the nut to it, break it loose. If it don't come out the first time, oh well, I'll try again. And I'll try again. And if I can't get it out, I'll eventually take it to the machine shop and they'll get it out and charge me like $50 to do it. Yeah. Try. That's all I can say. The worst that can happen, you can screw it up. But you at least tried, right? I'm not mad about the guy who can spend $5,000 on a pair of beautifully CNC ported ls3 that have got larger valves and titanium retainers and springs and can go to the moon revving. I'm not mad. Hey, more power to you. Awesome. Can I buy a set off you too? But for the run-of-the-mill guy that's going to the junkyard, you're gonna pull an engine or cylinder heads or whatever. I mean, you can get away with a lot. I mean, port matching, cleaning up with just these, not even going with the bit, just port matching and cleaning up with these little boogers can gain you, 5-10 horsepower if the cylinder heads are already off. If you're going to take them apart like I do, every cylinder head I take apart nowadays. I mean, buy this little tool. It's like 30 bucks on Amazon. I'm even get them cheaper. It takes a few minutes, but no big deal. A few of these, I think I picked these up for $15 or $20 for that big bag. Ugh. Not gonna break the bank, buddy. If you're looking at this, do it. This is actually the best time to go through each and every one of the spark plug holes and make sure the spark plug goes all the way down. I can't tell you how many engines I've torn apart, and I've only been doing this for 5 years, 6 years now. That the spark plugs don't go all the way down because of something. It's usually a little booger on one of the threads, and people stop or they've crossed out them. That's happened. On this engine I pulled out, stink bugs. The two of the spark plugs, they wasn't all the way down, so the guy wasn't getting a whole lot of power from those cylinders. Literally, they could have went down another 1/4 of an inch and got deeper and bumped the compression up a little bit more than what it was. Plus, the fire would have went all the way across the piston a lot better. Who knows how much power he's down? Probably 5-10 horsepower, maybe more. So no, just do what you can. Don't be afraid. If you're out in the junkyard pulling an engine, you're probably not scared to do a little bit of this anyways, at least. But that's it, guys. Y'all have a good day and take it easy, and I'll see you later. This is Bigfoot out.